welcome back, viewer. I'm Sean, and this is Sean Turns Up the Volume. I want to just make a comment on the government shutdown and how it seems like every time there's a government shutdown, the blame, of course, because the mainstream media is left-wing, is always to blame the shutdown on Republicans, on conservatives in government. I think it ends up happening whether they're in the majority or not, but from what I gathered from another video I had watched, in order for Republicans to be able to pass the budget, they would need a supermajority, which they do not have. And so they can't break, I guess, the filibuster that the Democrats are using to prolong the shutdown in order to try to get what they want. And I still need to look into what some of that stuff is, but according to what I've seen on YouTube, at least from another channel, was that it was basically just typical left-wing stuff, supporting funds going to other countries like DEI programs, funds for healthcare for illegal aliens. So the Democrats are keeping the government shut down so that they can send our money to, like, what, anybody else? To people who are not citizens, to foreigners, whether they're here or somewhere else. Like, it's just mind-boggling. So for all the people who are threatening to riot and break the law because you're not, well, taking care of yourself, you're not doing what you need to do in life to provide your own way, the way that most people through history have had to, and that most of the world never lived on welfare, had some, you can't even call it a safety net, because if you're just existing on it perpetually and generationally, like, that's something else entirely. There's just like a whole group of people in our society who just don't work, have no expectation to work full-time jobs and be real contributing members of society, and these people are threatening to break the law and steal what they want. So they're basically like we, as a society, part of our money is taken out of our paychecks, those of us who work and pay taxes. We are basically extorted by the welfare class, that if we cut them off and made them have to actually take care of themselves, then they're going to just steal and break the law and destroy things anyway. So we better pay them off with the welfare to not do that. And of course, lots of crime already comes from that class of people, as well as all the single mothers and stuff, and gang problems. Like, those people exist in this class where the government has become Big Daddy. The government is the one paying the bills rather than a father in the home, a responsible father in the home, a responsible mother and father taking care of their children. Anyway, side trail. So the Democrats want to keep the government shut down for the sake of these special interests and not non-citizen interests, and yet it's the conservatives' fault for not passing the budget, not caving to them. So I just hope that the conservatives, for once, because I can't remember a time where a government shutdown has lasted very long or actually ended up resulting in much of anything. And I could just be ignorant about that, but it seemed, my impression is, of Republicans in the past and in general, is that they tend to cave. They usually don't take ground. They usually lose ground, and they reach across the aisle to the Democrats to give away more of what matters to conservatives, and they've been basically controlled opposition that that don't retake. And so that's why Trump pisses people off, and that's why MAGA pisses off the left, because it actually represents conservatives finding their balls and pushing back and actually trying to retake ground in the culture war, retake ground as far as how government is run and taxation, different thing. And of course it's very flawed too. I mean, I just saw how the national debt has reached like what, 38 trillion. I remember many trillions ago how bad that sounded, and I mean, I remember when it was like what, 24 trillion. I might even remember when it was 16 trillion. These numbers are crazy. And of course it's weakening our dollar as it's happening, and so the globalists, the leftists, Marxists, the people on the right, the neocons who are really globalists themselves, and they just act as if they're on the right side. They want a weakened America. They want a weakened dollar. They want everything to be more expensive and harder for us, because it ultimately means that the end of the United States economic hegemony in the world, and a move towards more of a globalist kind of world. And yeah, less representation for us, right? Losing sovereignty would be bad. We have a unique culture and unique rights in America that aren't like anything else in the world, and it's why people still want to come here, and they'll even break the law to come here, because they don't view the world through a lens of left-wing lens of systemic racism and all that stuff. Now, they may use that to their advantage, but when it comes right down to it, legal and illegal people all over the world want to come here anyway, because our instability is still less instability than a lot of other places in the world. So anyway, I would like a more stable America, not a less stable America. A stronger dollar, a stronger place for people legally to come here, a stronger America that is preserving rights and economically strong, and the freedoms to buy and sell and engage in capitalism, so that all of our wealth can increase, so that the poor can be lifted up. Even as the billionaires make theirs, the rest of our incomes go up too, because you can just look out in the world and see that's how capitalism has worked in the world. You can just see it. Wherever capitalism goes, those countries become richer. You get less poverty, you get more wealth. And it's so obvious. You'd have to willfully have your head in the sand to think that socialism is, any forms of socialism are benefiting anyone. Every place that's doing socialism is getting worse, is getting more authoritarian, is cracking down on speech and rights, and inflating their dollars right along with us, because America in so many ways does have way too much, since Social Security, too much socialist kind of things going on. I'd much rather get rid of all the pseudo-socialist programs in our government, but that's probably another video. So I'm gonna get off of here. Please like and subscribe if you like this kind of thing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. I almost forgot to say, come on, Democrats, get out of the way, support America, and stop trying to push your crap. Let the Republicans pass a reasonable bill that's actually pro-America. So that's what I can say on that. Stop blocking the bill, Democrats. Okay, bye.